Hey, how you doing? It's Chuck from On Point Hostess. Tonight we're going to make an outside the waist for the Glock 43X MOS version, and we're going to put the Safariland QLS kit on it. The holster will be wrapped in a multi-cam version. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so let's get this together and get ready to make this holster. So the first thing we need to do is, prepare the mold for the actual holster itself. And like I said, it's the 43X. Just going to create the barrier with tape, and I want to try to use a minimum amount of tape, but we got to create, the reason why we use the tape, right, is to create the distance between the actual mold itself and the gun. I like to press on each piece. I usually put 3 or 4 pieces, but I like to make sure it's nice and on there good, because then you get better detail out of the mold, right, versus just putting a bunch of layers of tape on there. So like I said, we're going to put the QLS kit on this. So this customer ordered the whole kit, which we do offer, but then we also offer just the fork. So if you already have the belt extension for your gear, then all you got to do is order a fork, and then you could just take the gun off and put your other gun on. It's that easy. So it's a pretty cool setup. It takes it off your belt a little bit, but it really doesn't drop it that much, because I know a lot of people ask for drop holsters. I mean, there's other Safariland pieces that you can get out there. So this one is, you see how short this one is, but they actually sell some out there that are longer. So on all these are on eBay. I mean, you could go get it and swap it out, or ask us and we'll go get it and make it for you. So just whatever you want, whatever, however we can make the customer happy. I mean, we'll go get it. We'll go get the system and make the holster for the customer. So I'm just heating up the heat press for the Kydex. So once I get this all set, we can go ahead and just get the Kydex going, and then we'll get this in the press. So this holster shouldn't take us that long to make, because there's no light. When you have a light variation, it takes more time to prep the mold to put it on. So I have this. So this is a right-hander. That means we got to put it on the left side, right? And I made this jig for myself to be able to mount this on there. So I actually have the Safariland clip here. And then I made this to match up with the holes, so that way there I can just drill it after, right? So we're going to put this on here. But the other thing we need to be cognizant of is the customer wants to put their RMR on the back. So most RMRs, I usually put it at about 2.5 inches, so I'll mark it down, and that'll give them enough space to put the RMR on there. But then we got to set this so it's up high enough, but then it's not too close to that, because we can't cut it off, right? And then we just get pieces of wood, try to make it even the best we can, and then we'll get some tape. Try to get it to hold in place. I hope everybody's getting something from these videos. I mean, I enjoy doing it. So if there's a particular holster that you're looking, that you want to see me make, or a different mold or something like that, let me know. I mean, I'll do my best to make sure I videotape that. I can't videotape every single holster I make, because believe it or not, these videos take some time to produce afterwards, so it's kind of a hassle, but I want to do it, but I can't do it for every one of them. So I will do short videos showing different products that I made, and then if you want to see the actual whole video, just let me know and I'll make it. So there we go. I mean, it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and heat up the Kydex, and then I'll show you. We'll put it in the press and we'll go from there. Thanks. Alright, so we got the Kydex. See the multicam all hot. We got to get it on the mold and get the mold into the taco press. So yeah, I use taco presses, but I love them. because I get great definition out of them. I heated the foam up beforehand, and now I'll just stick it in here. And we'll just leave it in here until it cools, and then we'll take it out. Okay, so here it is right out of the taco press. Came out really nice. I mean, look at the detail. It's nice. So I already have this ready for the QLS kit. Whenever I make an outside the waist holster, I always put 2 retention screws, just in case one of them falls out, you lose one. I just don't want you to lose your gun. So now I need to mark this up and then go ahead and cut it. So I'm going to mark this clip, you know, where I want it on the actual holster, and then I'm going to just mark it, and that way there I can just drill it out. So the other thing I got to remember is that I got to cut the holster to fit the they want it for their RMR, so I'm going to mark it so I can cut it there, so that way there that it'll fit on there. And then we'll just mark the bottom, mark the top. So on this model, they don't want a sweat guard, and a lot of people say, well, what is a sweat guard? So a sweat guard is we leave this top piece on and it keeps the weapon off of you, but because of this clip, the weapon's not even going to be close to his body, so the customer doesn't want it on there. So what we'll do is we'll just mark it, and then we're going to cut right here. Okay, so let me go cut it, and then I'll be back. So here it is right here, all cleaned up. I sand and shine all the edges. I don't know if you can see the detail on the edges on there. It's all cleaned up, all ready to go. So let's take it out to the workbench and put it together. On the holster first, right? So I put a few binding posts in there, and then I'll use this, and I use different size screws that I have. And then you can adjust, you know, where you want this to sit. You gotta get the holes lined up. You gotta get all 3 holes lined. Stick my fingers down in there. So then you just gotta adjust the clip so it's on there straight, and then just tighten the 3 screws down. Of course, that one just fell out. I guess that wasn't too tight, huh? It's alright. We'll pick that up later after we get this together. Put it on there nice and tight. Now we need to put the 2 retention screws in with the this customer selected all black, which goes good, or you could have selected OD green, or just different colors that match different holsters in relation to the washers. But this is a good holster. Alright, we'll just get them down a little bit, and then we'll adjust them once we put the gun in there. So now I got this gun, it's cleared. It's actually my duty weapon. So it's cleared, and I'll just test out the holster. Here we go. I need to loosen it a little bit. And then I can put it on onto the QLS clip. There it is. So how cool was that build, huh? Here it is right here. It's the 43X MOS with the RMR, inside with a QLS setup, multicam, right-handed, perfect. Nice edges, nice holster detail. I mean, it's a perfect setup. So we sell these at, when you look at mounting options, when you're ordering a holster, you can select the QLS clip, and then we can just do the clip on it itself, like this. Just a clip like this, and then if you already have one of these, you could just switch guns and have the same holster, right? Or you can buy the whole setup, and then it just slides in like this and locks down. How cool is that? If you want one, order it at www.onpointholsters.com. Thanks, and have a great week.